Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm, and today is garden cleanup day. Do me a favor, check out our website, rockin8farm.com. Also, subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell. I've been telling you all for a while that we've got a wedding coming up in a month. I've also been telling you that the garden is horrendous. I'm almost embarrassed to show it to y'all, so it's time to get something done about the garden. We keep planning okay, this Saturday we'll do it, or this. I'm at a point now where it's just like, whatever you've got going on, drop it and get your tail end out there and get the garden cleaned up. So we're gonna get the garden cleaned up. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna shoot some video of the garden to kind of show you a before, and then I'll come on back and I'll show you some after footage, and hopefully we're gonna get all this garden cleanup done today. If not, we'll have to finish it up tomorrow. But I need to get it ready for the wedding so it looks decent. I need to get it cleaned up because it's just overgrown and there's a lot of dead stuff and a lot of non-producing stuff. And then I need to get it cleared out so that I can make room for the little bit of fall planting that I'm going to do. So let's just go ahead and jump on this. All right, y'all, it is day 2. We did get a ton of work done yesterday, but there's still a lot more to do. I'm really hoping that by the end of today, we're completely done with the first part of the gardening project. Even if we're not, I'll probably still come in and drop some before and after shots of what we have accomplished, and then kind of talk about some what's next. So let's get back to some garden cleaning here. All right, y'all, we're outside and it's windy. There's not a whole lot I can do about that, so I apologize for that. We made pretty quick work of it today. We put in about 2.5 hours yesterday, about 2 hours today. And I'm at a place where I'm not happy with how the garden looks, because now it looks very bare and some things are still looking very ooky, but they're not ready to come out yet. But I am happy with the fact that now we are cleaned up enough that we can start fall and spring garden prep. That's all this work that we've been doing, is just to get cleaned up so that we could get ready for whatever's going to go in the beds next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you with the before shots, I'm going to hit you with the after shots, and then we will come back and we will chat some. Well, there you have it, y'all. I mean, it went from pretty darn nasty to pretty darn bare, but that's what cleanup's about when you're going from that summer garden to fall garden transition, right? So what's left? Well, I've got to get these beds prepped for either fall garden planting or for start getting them ready for next spring. So what's the difference? Well, first of all, I'm not doing a ton of fall garden planting. The wedding is going to take place right here behind me. So basically the 4 beds that are kind of in front of me here, that long one, this one with the arched trellis, this one with the arched trellis, and then this one here are pretty much the only 4 beds that I am planning on planting. So for those ones, they are going to get a fresh layer of compost. They are going to get a fresh layer of wood chips. And by fresh, what I do, in case nobody remembers, is I take the wood chips off of my walking paths and put them on the beds. And then I get new wood chips to put down on the walking paths, because these chips have already started to break down. Any of the cedar that's in these chips, which is great for keeping bugs away, but it can be, it releases a chemical that can stop seeds from sprouting and kind of inhibit the growth of plants. So any of that has leached out of any cedar that might be in here. The oak has already started to break down. You put that on the beds and then put the new stuff down on the ground where you can walk on it for a year. Almost all the rest of my garden, I'm just going to start getting ready for next spring. So for getting beds ready for next spring, I am going to put down a layer of sweet feed. That is a biological life attractor and an earthworm attractor. I'm going to put down a layer of compost. I'm going to broad fork it a little bit, put some, and then, then next we're going to lay down a whole bunch of legumes. These long beans that did so well for me, I'm just going to lay down a whole bunch of long bean seeds. They're going to start coming up. They're going to fix nitrogen into the soil. Wood chips will go on top of those beans, and then as they start to come up and spread out and all that kind of stuff, eventually we're going to kind of hit a frost. I'll throw everything up on top of the bed, put down some cardboard, wet the cardboard, put down a tarp, and it will just sit there until next spring, and it's going to be gorgeous when I uncover it. Bed prep stuff is going to have to wait until much later, because obviously I don't want tarps all over my garden at the wedding. And then also, you know, I've got October, November, which is garlic time. And then I've got January, maybe into early February, but January's best for onions. So I already need to start planning, like, where is all of my late spring harvest stuff that we plant in the winter going to go? All of that has to be thought through. Decide what beds are going to be what. So I will show y'all a lot more about what I do to get my beds prepped when I actually do it. For now though, y'all, the stuff that's in the ground looks good, happy, healthy. The yucky stuff has pretty much all been ripped out, aside from a few cherry tomatoes that we're still kind of producing for us, even though they look horrible. My wife did request that if we can find some fairly decent sized tomato plants that are already started, that we throw a couple of more tomatoes in and get kind of a little bit of a fall harvest off of them, so we can have fresh tomatoes for just a little bit longer. But basically, tomatoes are gone, peppers are gone, and just time to start getting ready for fall. It's just that time of year. It's a lot of work this time of year, but it's going to be good and it's going to look good. We're getting really close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so y'all like this video, thumbs up it, share it, post it to your social medias, do anything you can to help me out. I'd really appreciate that. If you have any questions, either drop them down in the comment section or feel free to shoot me an email. It's rockin8farm@gmail.com. Till I see y'all again, hey, be happy and live healthy.